Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're finally back in our setups. Oh my goodness, this is outrageous. This is crazy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Otaku Brothers podcast. My name is Joseph, your co-host, joined once again by my lovely co-host, Ben Chan. Guys, it is the New Year's. It is now January 12th as of the time of recording this. And guys, we're so back. It's the New Year's. It's 2025. We had an incredible New Year's. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope you all had a great holiday. We're sorry about missing, but we're here. We're finally here. We're back in our setups. We're back, and it feels good to be back, Ben. Personally, I miss this.
To be back.
I really miss this. And with that, Ben, comes a New Year's of things to talk about, a New Year's of shows, of animes, of exciting stuff we've already kind of talked about so far. We got this year is potentially going to be one of the craziest years for anime in quite a long time. I mean, Chainsaw Man, Solo Leveling, Sakamoto Days, Demon Slayer. There's so much content, man. There's so much. I am personally so excited for it, and I cannot wait to see how the channel does. Because we smashed our goal, Ben, of 200 subs. We're actually at like 208, 209 right now. So maybe
what's our goal for this year?
I don't want to say 300. I want to aim a little. Let's say like 350. Let's say 350.
Okay.
I think we could do 350 as long as we keep busting out shorts and just keep it going. I think it's something. I think it's doable. I think it's definitely doable. Obviously, I hear January is like one of the roughest years for YouTubers. So we'll see how true that holds up. Yeah. I think it's just because everybody's getting back into school, things like that. Holidays are over, so not as locked in anymore. So, people get more locked in. But yeah, Ben. We had a good vacation. You and I went to Colorado together.
We did.
We got to see each other and hang out. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. It was a good time. We got to show our friend Blue Lock the final episode. That was fun.
That was fun.
We got to do a lot. We went skiing, snowboarding. It was tough. It was rough. But you know what, Ben? I think immediately after skiing, I told myself I don't think I would want to do this again. But now I think
serious?
Now I want to do it again. I really want to.
I was like, what?
No, yeah, I think in the moment
fun.
it was a lot of fun, and I'm jealous now. I didn't go up higher and do more skiing stuff with y'all, but
I wish we did at least another day.
Oh.
We only did 2 days of skiing, and the first day, I did snowboarding, just did skiing.
Mm-hmm.
The first day we were in like school for it.
Yeah.
So I was in a class where they taught us how to snowboard, and Joseph was in one where they taught them how to ski.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty much the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
We only had about an hour left to go down the slopes just by ourselves.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish we did one more day, just because that second day I kind of just realized you just have to throw yourself into something.
That's kind of what I learned too.
Hang of it.
That's exactly it. The whole first day of ski school, I learned how to like stand up and like to like get up after falling over. And once I realized the second day, I could just take off one of my ski boots and then, or like the ski attachment. I was like, oh my God, I can get up so easily. Like, why was I not doing this the whole time instead of like having to get help and just like try and like exert so much force and energy. So I agree. I think that first day was definitely a trial run that next time we know will be avoided. So that's good to know. But yeah, I agree. It was a lot of fun. It was good getting to hang out with all the homies. We had a hot tub and we got to see snow and mountains. Where being from Texas, that's not really common at all. So it was a good change of scenery, good relaxation before we get back into work and school. So it was good. It was fun, and it was a good little detachment. I didn't watch much anime at all really during break, to be honest. Besides Blue Lock and Blue Box, so it was good. It was a good little break. But now I'm fiending. I finished Arcane. That was fun. So it was good. I forgot if we talked about it, Ben. I think I talked about it with our other buddy, but I don't know if I talked about it with you. But yeah, so it was interesting. Definitely, I don't think it was as good as season 1. I feel like it was very rushed.
You're insane. All right.
You think so?
Conversation.
Really?
Season 2 is way better than season 1.
Oh, that's a crazy take. I don't know about that. That's wild.
Not a crazy take.
I don't know, man.
Way better.
From what I heard online, I feel like a lot of people would kind of agree with me.
What happened in season 1?
Season 1?
What happened in season 1?
The whole conflict. I just liked how much more... Okay, so let me explain my first problem with it. I think the problem with season 2 is that it kind of suffers
No
from.
problem. It's perfect.
No, I think everything was rushed. It was very rushed. I think the whole point of season one that is set up. Spoilers away for Arcane, both seasons. The whole point of Arcane in season one is very clearly this division between Piltover and Dorn or whatever it's called, the underbelly city, right?
Zon.
Zon. So there's this, back and forth between the two cities, and that's the main focus, right? I mean, we have this whole, and then Jinx becomes a factor. Hex Tech becomes another factor. Those are factors fueling this fight between these two cities. That is the main overarching plot, with stuff going out and spreading out in another direction. And I feel like that was a very good plot. I mean, that's good. It's a battle between these two cities. It ends on a cliffhanger with Jinx, blowing up the central council for the Piltover. And then you assume going into season 2, okay, Piltover is going to go hard against Zorn. And then you just kind of really don't get that as much. And then it becomes this whole show where they introduce, I feel like, so many awesome ideas, where I feel like this show, it struggled because it was trying to contain itself into just 2 seasons. I think we could have easily gotten 3 or 4 more seasons of this show. The whole stuff with like the black magic,
What?
the Black Rose stuff kind of comes out of nowhere. The whole stuff with Victor just kind of turning into a villain, and him and Jace kind of going at each other so quickly. I feel like it just kind of happens too fast. And then just like Jinx and Vi suddenly
just set up the entire story, though.
I agree.
Jason Victor.
But it just kind of goes from like a steady decline or incline to just boom, it shoots up way too quickly. I think everything happens and then the end of the movie or the end of the show, it kind of becomes the two cities teaming up, and then for a bigger problem, and then after the problem, it's kind of the issues that started between the two cities don't really get resolved, I felt. And so I kind of was just like, I feel like there were so many interesting ideas that are just kind of shown to us.
Crazy.
Like the time travel, the alternate universes, the black magic, and then, the whole Hex Tech and this whole other, ether or other dimension. And I feel like it all happens just so quickly. And then it's just boom, battle, and then that's it. That one, the black girl, I forget her name. Is it starts with an M, right? I forget her name. But
Mel.
Mel, how she gets all the magic, and then she's suddenly just OP at using it, and I'm just really, I don't know. We get this whole backstory about her brother and her mom.
I mean, they explain it.
No, they do, but I just that's. I feel like that's just to do it like that, just in one little quick. I don't know. I like a build up, and I think it could have been built up more. So that's just my little rant about Arcane. Well, but don't get me wrong, I don't think that brings the show down from that brings the show from a 10 to an 8. It's 7.58 in my opinion. It's still a great show.
2 whole points.
Yeah. So, but regardless, we are not here to talk about Western cartoons. We are here to talk about Japanese cartoons. So, Ben, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that you all clicked on this episode, it is I think it's the third annual Otaku.
Third.
I think it's
third.
I think it's the third annual Otaku Brother Awards. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm not totally lying. I'm pretty sure it's the third. But regardless,
it is the third.
It is the third. Okay, good. Because my internet's being slow. So yeah, it's the third annual Otaku Brothers Awards, where we each talk about our favorite animes, and we give acknowledgement to all of them and give some awards for what we believe are the best of each categories. So before we start, Ben, I think we should read off the categories, and then maybe talk about what was going through our heads, how we felt about this year overall, and then we can get into it as well. So, okay, we'll start from what we're going to do first. Or Ben, I said year 2, and then just kind of went all the way up. So first up, we have Best Ongoing Show. We have Best New Show. We have Most Hype Moment. We have Best Fight. We have Best Animation. Best Girl. Best Boy. Best Ending. Best Opening. And then finally, Anime of the Year. So, before we discuss everything, I'm not going to lie, some of these categories were a lot harder than others. And I want to preface this by saying I feel, Ben, overall that this was a weaker year than what we've seen previously.
You think so?
I only watched like
I went out and
I,
like listed out all the shows that I watched,
they were
and it's
bangers.
pretty
They were okay. I guess they were bangers,
it's
but I
pretty
guess
stacked.
it was stacked. I think maybe I guess just I meant quantity because I only watched like 14 shows, and then I felt bad because I wanted to somehow include a movie category for best movie, but I only saw two movies, and it wouldn't really have been fair. Um, yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
yeah, I saw Look Back and then Blue
I was
Lock,
thinking of
the Blue Lock episode Nagi. So
yeah.
shout out Look Back. I really wanted to just shout out Look Back. Um, but then yeah, I think I'm very excited to get into this. I wanted to before I wanted to give some like love to some two shows in particular because they didn't unfortunately make it into any of my like winners, but I still think they were fantastic shows. But I agree. I think Ben was. I guess you're right. I think stacked year in quality wise, yes. I just think the quantity wasn't as much for me. I think I only watched like 14 shows. I know you watched a couple more than me. Um, I think because you watched like shows like Freyrin and Skip and Loafer. So I know those are
Hmm.
in your arsenal that I don't. But I know there's also some shows that I have in my arsenal that you don't. So um, yeah, mostly just one I think. But yeah. So regardless, I think it'll be exciting. But um, yeah, I kind of I don't want to shout. Maybe I shouldn't shout them out because you might have them in some awards. But just I don't know. But
That's fine.
okay, so yeah, the two shows that I'm not. There's a little spoilers. They didn't really make it into my awards. Um, Loser Ranger, the Go Go Loser Ranger, I think was a really fun show. But it really made me want to add a comedy category because I think there's a couple good contenders for comedy this year. Because Loser Ranger was one that didn't really make it into any of my categories. I think it was definitely in the running for best opening. Um, I think
Yeah.
it could have been in there for best boy,
Really?
just because I think the Fighter D is funny and he was a good protagonist. Um, so yeah, just I really liked the opening song. And then the other show that I wish kind of got more love is my dear friend Nokoten, because that show was so fun, and I feel like it
Hmm.
was very Pop Team Epic vibes. But it also was in contention for it was a contender for ending, opening. It was obviously great, and then best girl. They had a great cast. So yeah, I just wanted to give some love real quick to those shows because I feel like they're really good, but they just unfortunately, and like Ben said, a stacked year, didn't really make the
Hmm.
cut. So yeah, that's that. I want to just yeah.
It's fair. That's fine, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I just realized there's another show on here that was also in contender for a lot, but didn't get any awards. Um, but I'll talk about that show more, a little bit more throughout because it definitely was prominent this year. So, yeah. Anything, Ben, you want to say about the year before we get into it?
Ah, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. It was a great year. I'll say that. I feel like one of the years we had a really weird. I keep thinking about this one really weird summer season. I think it was 2023. Where I don't know. I think that was the one year where I like, just didn't finish any of the shows.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember that.
and I'm glad that didn't happen this year. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
most of the shows that I watched, I kind of stuck through and was interested enough to finish them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good. I think it's a great year. I'm very excited for this year.
Yes.
And yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Well, I'm excited, Ben, to hear your takes. I feel like we're gonna have similar stuff probably. So,
I think so.
um, yeah, I think so. Um, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our first award. This is our first category. Ben, should we just best ongoing show? Should we start there?
Go for it.
All right.
Okay.
So for best ongoing show, this was tough. I mean, you have a lot of contenders out there. Um, best ongoing, I mean, Demon Slayer happened. There was My Hero. So some good contenders, but I think the answer is pretty obvious, Ben. Um,
I think it is. I think we have the same answer for this
I
one.
think we definitely do. I think I have to give it to Bleach, Thousand Year Blood
Yeah,
War arc. I mean,
that was mine.
yeah, the third core. It was incredible, Ben. I mean, start to finish. I mean, I'm sure Bleach is. This isn't going to be the last time we talk about Bleach in this award show, but Bleach was it was
It's
great.
not.
It was incredible. I mean, everything start to finish, it was one of the shows that I was really like most anticipating. Every episode was just a great fight. I will say the first couple episodes were a little talking more so. I think it was just like one or two episode actually. But for the most part, it's full action and it is great fights, high quality fights. Where each episode characters are literally quite literally fighting for their lives. In the sense too that anyone can die at any moment. We know characters are not. We know that they're expendable and that they can be killed. So it was very much a thrill and just a great ride. Such creativity in the fights. So much stuff that I'm just like, how do you even? It was very Evangelion-esque, especially the fight against with the cure. Oh my god, I keep forgetting his name. The guy who wears the Komodo, the girl Komodo, and then the gun. Stern, right? So it was a good that guy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, just seeing how he can transform into these crazy creatures and like just becomes this higher entity that it's just so creative. It's so creative. And then you have the left hand of the Soul King, that fight with Mayuri was great. So I mean, just so many incredible fights, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and I'm just excited to go see what's coming up next. So, yeah, it's been going on strong, Thousand Year Blood War arc, and I think it's going to continue going strong. So,
Yeah, I feel like this year wasn't really a contender, or there wasn't really any other contender for me. Like Demon Slayer was good, but I feel like everyone really had problems with this last season up until the last few episodes.
correct.
My Hero is also really good, but it's just I don't know. I think Bleach is just on a whole other level. And then there's One Piece, of course, but we don't talk about that. It's completely different whenever it's a weekly show because it's like, oh, you'll get it next week. Oh, we'll see what happens next week. But like with Bleach, we only have like 13 weeks, and then it's probably not going to come out till the end of 2026, apparently.
Bleach.
So we'll be waiting to.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I'll talk about it later. This whole like schedule with Pierre got released.
I saw that,
which I'm excited for. But that's another topic. But yeah, I think Bleach is the obvious winner for this category.
It is.
There was also Fairy Tail.
ReZero too. But I just haven't watched ReZero.
Yeah. I just think it's Bleach.
It has to be Bleach.
Bleach all around for this one.
Now, yes. So, shout out Bleach. Congratulations for your Otaku award. Congrats. It's a very prestigious award here.
We'll be sending that your way.
Yeah, we'll be sending it your way. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here tonight, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could tonight.
So,
little scheduling conflict.
Yes, just a bit. So moving on to our next category, Ben, we have Best New Show. Now, this one was a little more tough. Obviously, I feel like this year especially was a lot of new shows, and I really had to think about it too. I think obviously the big shows that came out this year, I'll just say all of them. You have, Dawn to Dawn, Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8. So some big new shows that are probably going to be staples in shonen for quite a while. Now that we have shows like My Hero, Demon Slayer kind of coming to an end. Jujutsu Kaisen, I mean, the manga just ended, but, So yeah, some new shows that we're probably going to be seeing a lot of. So it was tough. And I think for me, there was a clear winner just because it was the show that I really enjoyed the most and was excited about.
Yeah.
But that is not to take away from any of the other shows because they were all incredible. So yeah, I think for me, Ben, for my best new show, I think the award has to go to. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Dawn to Dawn. I think I have to give it to Dawn to Dawn.
There it is.
I have to.
That's fair.
I was close.
Fair.
I was close to thinking Solo Leveling, but I just think Dawn to Dawn is. I just think it was. I don't know. I hope it's not recency bias. I really don't think it is. But I think to me it was just a lot more fun and enjoyable, and every episode I was hooked and ready to watch. Whereas Solo Leveling, I think because I wasn't as familiar with it, it needed me to. It definitely the hook. I will say it was harder for me to get into solo leveling. It took a lot more episodes than I was expecting. It took probably like 4 or 5 episodes for me to get fully
Mm-hmm.
invested into it. Whereas Dawn from the get go, I'm like I'm here for it, and it has just been pure enjoyment throughout the whole time. So that was kind of my reasoning, and just because I think all around, I think for longevity, I think I don't know. Actually, I feel like well, it's hard to say, but I think that it was just a better show to me, in my opinion. So yeah, Dawn.
Okay. Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. Okay. Well, for my pick, I think the one show that felt really complete. Okay, yeah, it's really hard to like pick one out of all these shows. But again, nothing against all the other shows that I didn't pick. But my show,
I think I see
the
if you know
the
it.
best new show for me, it was definitely Freyrin, I think.
There it is. Yeah.
Freyrin, it felt like if even though there is gonna be another season of it, it whenever the first season ended, it felt like a really complete show that I was fine not watching anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like that's for me, it just felt really nice.
Yeah.
Like, and then everything that happened in the show, it was done really well. The animation was great. The story was awesome. There weren't like too many characters. There was maybe like 3 or 4 that you were introduced to like slowly. It
Mm-hmm.
was nice. You stuck with those through the whole time. And yeah, I think that was my favorite show or favorite new show
That's
of the
fair.
year.
That is fair. I've heard incredible things about Fair, and I definitely need to watch it. It's definitely on my watch list. Um, I don't know why I never watched it whenever you started watching it. That's so weird. But yeah, I definitely need to check it out. Is it already
I
two
don't know.
seasons? Did 2 seasons come out like already? Like in the span of one year? Or no? Was it like a part two movie?
No, it's just
Nothing?
one. They might have two
Uh,
cores,
two course. That's what it was.
just
Okay,
one season.
gotcha. Well, that's good, man. That's awesome. Um, I definitely need to check out Frieren. Totally, from what I've heard online, totally understandable. That seems like definitely the right choice. Um, so yeah, that's great, Ben. I'm very happy that you like Frieren a lot. I need to check it out myself. So congrats to Frieren getting some love here. Um, but yes, moving on, Ben, to our next category. Now, onto the most hype moment. The most hype moment that had us pogging, that had us excited. I feel like we're probably going to have the same one here. Um,
I think so.
I don't know, actually. I hope so. I think so. I think we're going to have the same one. But would you like to
We'll
reveal
see.
your answer first? So, most hype moment before we start, though, I will say I didn't think it has to be a fight because we have a category for best fight. So, this could just be a hype moment, as the name suggests.
I feel like this was just this category was purely put in place for one moment.
Yes, it
I'm
definitely.
totally fine with that.
Yeah, it definitely
Um,
was. I like the category though. I think it's fun, and I feel like definitely because you think about it, I feel like if it was gonna be like say it was like 2022, I think most high moment would have been
okay.
dress up darling, in
Oh
that
my-
that scene. But this is not 2022, so this is 2024. So Ben, 2024, the most hype moment. What is your award for the most hype moment?
Sasagi's goal.
Yes, it is. That is the correct
I just don't.
answer.
I don't even know what else there would be.
I was thinking. I was
For me,
thinking.
nothing
Yeah.
trumps that.
No, exactly. I agree. I
Nothing
think
even comes close.
I was
Maybe the
trying to think of something from
Demon
Bleach.
Slayer.
That was also. I think I literally put that as an honorable mention. The Demon Slayer, and I have that written right here. I put all of Bleach for honorable mention, and then I put Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer training arc ending. So
That's fair.
yeah. So
Yeah, not really a competition for this category.
not at
I
all.
don't
Not at
think.
all. Mm-mm.
No, that was especially since just like the first half of the season was kind of rough in terms
Yep.
of animation.
Mhm.
Just whenever the goals started coming, it was really picking up. And then Isagi's goal was kind of just the cherry on top.
Absolutely.
That perfect way to end the year, I think,
Mhm. No,
in my
absolutely.
opinion. So yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as as soon as I saw like the animation change, I was like, "Oh my!" I knew it was gonna go down. I remember texting Ben as soon as I
Yeah,
like watched it, and I was like, "Dude, they did it. They saved it.
they
Um,
did it.
they did it."
They
So
did it.
yeah, it was great. It was so fun. It was epic. I loved it. It was great. Just, we talked about it. We've glazed Blue Lock, so it's all right. We can move on to the next
Hmm.
category. But most hype moment, congratulations, Blue Lock. You deserved it. Um, like we said, not really a competition, but
Yeah.
yes. So moving on to our next category, Ben, we have best fight. Best fight. Now there's a lot of action
Mm.
animes. We have My Hero. Sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. No,
Why?
there were some good fights from My
What?
Hero. There were great fights.
Yeah.
My Hero, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, Don to Don even had some cool fights. There's a lot of fights, but I think for me, Ben, there was a clear winner. Just because I knew,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I guess without further ado, Ben, best fight, I gave it to I gave it to Bleach. I gave it to Mayuri and Nemu versus I'm not going to pronounce his name. I gave it
Okay.
to the against the left Soul King's hand. I'm not going to pronounce the name. I think
Okay.
it's like Pernida
Pernidia.
Pernangus
Something.
Ningus or something like that. But yeah, so I think for me this was the coolest fight. One because I think Mayuri is becoming one of my favorite captains just because of how unique his abilities are and just the way he acts, and then just the whole stuff with
Hmm.
Nemu as well, his lieutenant. Just getting to see that she's a clone, and just like how he treats her, and like how she's become alive and her abilities, and just the whole fight of her sacrificing herself, and then just against this
Yeah.
the Soul King, which we see start as just a hand, just a little hooded figure, become this giant monster, and just like the whole thing with the veins. It was so unique, so creative, and just so fun. So I think I had to give it to that as my favorite fight of the year.
Good.
Um,
Some W pick.
yeah, thank you. I'm glad. So I'm very curious to hear
What?
yours is though.
What was like your runner up for that? Was it also in Bleach?
Yes, they're all from Bleach. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
I figured.
Because I mean, solo leveling. I think you could argue that I think the final fight was good. Um, I didn't even bother with my hero. Just because and then Don to Don, I was like, there were cool fights, but nothing. I don't know. I just feel like Don Don's was already winning some other categories, and they just weren't as
Yeah.
impactful to me as this Bleach fight. So yeah, that was kind of my whole thought process.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So for me, I think it was kind of hard for me because I mean I chose my winner, but before I did, it was stuck between that one and then the soul leveling fight with him and
Mm,
Igris,
yep.
and then my hero fight, Deku versus Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Um, because that was really fun. And yeah, but I think after this fight came out, I was kind of sold, just because I'd been waiting for this one to come out for a while. I like the story behind it, and they did it really cleanly. Looked really well. I think my winner is Jugrum versus Bosby from Bleach.
Mm,
That was my favorite fight of the year.
Bosby.
Um,
Damn. Yeah, that was a good
yeah,
one.
I just think they have a really cool story.
The backstory was good.
And the fight looked a lot different than any of the other fights in Bleach. Just looked a lot more fluid for some reason. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's good. That's
A
a good
plus.
pick. Wow, I was not expecting that one. That's awesome. That's a good. Wow. There you go. I like that pick. It's a good
Yeah.
pick. You could pick any fight from Bleach, to be fair. I wasn't gonna
Hmm.
do. I was thinking of even like maybe Ichigo versus Yoshida, but Yoshida. Um, um, but I was just like, oh, I'll wait. You know, I'm sure they're gonna fight again.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, something's gonna happen. Um, I'm sure Ichigo will have a better fight next core. So yeah, best fight, both from Bleach. Bleach just knocked it out of the park this year with fights. Not a
It did.
diss to any other fighting. And then I was thinking of Demon Slayer, but there was no real fights in Demon Slayer this season. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah. But yeah, congratulations to Bleach again for sweeping another category. So there we go. Next up, though, Ben, we have best animation.
Oh, great.
Now, this is a very subjective. A very subjective award. I think there's so many shows that could be in contender for this. Demon Slayer, just because of how good its animation is always. Bleach. There's so many good ones, so many good ones, so many unique ones. You could say Dandadan too for its unique style, which was a very close second contender for me. Bleach was as well, Ben. But I think for me, there's just a clear answer. I kind of glazed it a lot this season. I don't know if you'll agree with it.
I think I
but
know what it is.
I'm gonna have to go with. Or do you want to reveal first? I'm sorry. I kind of I guess it's your turn to go first. But that's my little preamble.
Is it? All right. Best animation. Okay. This is kind of hard for me, I think. Took me a while to like think about it because there's a lot of shows that had really good
before you say anything, actually, I want to give a show to you. I want to talk about a show that is not on any of these awards, that does not deserve an award.
Okay.
Tower of God. Tower of God.
Thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page about that.
That show was such a letdown. I got halfway through and I could not finish it. The animation got nerfed as well, so that's just why I remembered it right now. Because wow,
I heard Bond got a haircut.
He does. He does. He doesn't get a haircut. It gets longer actually. So
at the end he gets a haircut.
Oh, maybe he does. But yeah, I was
supposedly.
I was very disappointed with it. But yeah, so that's just a show that's not here. If there was a negative award show, that's where it would be on. Unfortunately. But yeah, sorry.
Negative.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Ben. I just had to say that.
That should be a category. Worst show of the season.
Oh, that should be a category. Yes.
Give it next the Tower
season.
of God.
Next season. Okay, yeah, it's Tower of God. Worst show of the season. Or most disappointing.
Okay. Yeah.
But back to the
right.
pros. Back to the positives.
Best animation for me. This is hard. Okay.
It's hard.
I feel like
it's tough.
For me, I think it was Look Back.
Oh.
That was my best animation.
See, I didn't do movies. That's why I wanted to add a movie category. But yeah, no, that's fair.
I think that counts.
No, I'll count it. Yeah, it's fine. I'll accept that.
I just think, I don't know if, maybe it doesn't count since it's a movie. But,
we'll say. It's our award show.
Yeah, whatever. I just think they did that, what is it? Adaptation really well.
They did.
In terms of animation.
Mm-hmm.
And especially the part where they showed the director talking about stuff. I think that helped my decision a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it added to the style of it.
Oh yeah, especially because we saw too that it was such a small team of workers. That whenever that trailer dropped, that first teaser of the main character just working at their desk, and that's all we got. Like, it was like a 15-20 second teaser. That was all made by one person. That little clip, and it's just very impressive, and it was so beautifully done. So I could not agree more with that pick. Yeah, it's a great answer, Ben. It's a great answer. For me, I did go the anime route. So I ended up choosing. I chose Blue Box, Ben. I chose Blue Box.
I knew it
for the best animation. Every episode I was impressed with this show's animation. Obviously, it's easier because there's not much action, a lot of fighting sequences, but dude, it looked beautiful throughout. The opening's beautiful. The whole show is so fluid, and just the art style is so beautiful. Every second, all the environments, the settings are so well drawn and animated. And then even the moments where we see our main character, Taiki, playing badminton, or Hina doing gymnastics, and Chinatsu playing basketball. It looks better than Blue Lock, her playing basketball. That's how you do sports, man. It was fluid. They moved. It was not PowerPoint style, so it was very nice. It was great. I really liked the art style. I think it was so fluid. And I think another cool thing about it that I need to tip my hat to them too is that when it came to CG animation, I think they did it the right way. They only use CG animation for the background and would only use it for like background elements,
Mhm.
which was great. It never stood out. It never made like a big a jump. Um, it all blended so well. So I have to give it to Blue Box. I think it was beautiful. And I think it was just, yeah,
Cool.
it was very creative and unique from everything that I'd seen so far. So yeah, definitely an honorable mention to
Yeah,
Don
that's
Don.
fair.
I think Don Don has a very unique style, and it's very unique and creative in its own way. So, so yeah, that's best animation. Um, so there you go. That's my answer. I hope that's acceptable. Um, so yeah, next category, Ben. I'm very curious to hear your answer for this because I feel like there's a show that came out this year. I really hope that we haven't talked about at all this episode or this award show, and I think it definitely deserves an award. Let me. I think um, I just want to make sure I'm not gonna look like a total idiot because I'm 90% sure it came out this year season. I double checked. Um,
What show?
oh my god, wait, am I?
I have all the shows that came out this year pulled up.
Okay.
At least the ones that were of importance to us.
Can you read them? Wait, am I?
Just name the show and I'll.
No. Wait, am I?
What show?
Oh my god. I
What
was
show are you talking about?
I was gonna say Boshi the Rock. Did that come out in 2020?
What the? That came out a while ago.
Oh,
2023.
I'm throwing. It's a 2022. That's so awkward. All right.
2022? Okay, dang.
Yeah, no. Okay, that's awkward. Okay, I have a backup answer then. So yeah, that's fine. Just wanted to clarify that. All right, best girl, Ben. Best girl. I'm very curious to see who you're gonna pick for this. This is a harder one. I feel like it was not, especially since we didn't really get as many rom-coms.
Yeah.
It kind of is out the window. I mean, I don't even really think that there's many main female characters in most of these shows. Um, but yeah, I think the character that I'm going to give it to is really because I feel bad giving it to her just because I mean I don't, but whatever. It's sweeping for me. Best girl, Ben.
It's sweeping.
I have to give it to Momo from John to Dawn.
Okay.
I think when you look at all the other shows that came out this year, some runner ups were going to be Hina from Blue Box for me. I think she was a standout character.
Mhm.
Hina was great, but I mean, in terms of best girl, I feel like she's like one of the only main characters of that I've seen this year. For you, I could probably guess who it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I feel like
Really?
I didn't watch many shows with main characters as females. They're just like that had as big an impact. Unless I'm totally blanking.
Mhm.
I was also gonna put Yoruichi for the memes. Um, but
For the
yeah, no,
memes.
I think Momo is a great pick. I think she's obviously the main character from Dawn to Dawn, one of the main characters, and she's great. She's funny. She has a unique abilities. Her character is great. Everything about her is amazing in Dawn to Dawn. I love her. She's such a great character and such a good focal point, and she plays off of Okarun so well. So I have to give it to Momo from Dawn to Dawn. Yeah, that's my answer.
I'm surprised you haven't pulled anything from Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
I was gonna
yet.
say
Or
that was my backup. And the awards aren't over yet,
okay.
Ben. The awards aren't over. So
All right. All right.
I did
All right.
however, but she was just I think Momo was a better character I think than Alia.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Well, my pick was Freyrin from
That's how I figured it.
Freyrin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there really wasn't. I think my backups were Fujino from Look Back. I don't. I really can't think of anyone else who would take it besides Momo. Um, there's Orihime, but she doesn't really
Yeah.
do much. Yeah. But you really need to watch Freyrin. It's a really good show.
I know. I need to.
I don't want
I've
to say
heard
too much
I've
about
heard
it.
incredible things.
It's really good. But yeah, Freeman, that's my pick.
That's
for
fair.
this year.
That's fair. I'm excited to hear. I feel bad. Oh, man, I don't feel bad because it's my opinion. It's the awards. So, best boy, Ben. Let's see who your best boy is. Who is the best boy? I'm curious. So I had three in contention. Three real contenders.
Really?
Yes. If you want, I'm excited to hear yours. So let's hear. Who do you got for best boy?
This was really. I think this was really unorthodox. My answer.
Oh.
I'm gonna go from left field. We got Kafka from Kaiju number 8.
That was one of mine, dude. He was one of the ones I was thinking of choosing.
He was such an enjoyable main
he
character.
He was great.
Yeah,
He was awesome.
I love him.
That is not a bad pick at all. I have him written right here next to
Not, okay, good.
It's not Kafka. That's
not
great. But he's written right here. Kafka, and then I wanted to give some love to again to Loser Ranger, for the villain fighter D. He was great. Henchman D. He was fun. It's just he was a great protagonist. So he was up there. I mean, you could have given this to Jinwoo from Solo Leveling. There were a lot of great boys. Again, though, Ben, I'm sorry, I had to go the Dandadan route. I gave it to Okarun from Dandadan.
That's completely fine.
I think that he's so hilarious. Again, hats off to the voice actor who also does Tanjiro. He's so funny. His delivery is great. He kills it as Okarun. And I think him and Momo were just the duo for this season, for this year. I think they played off of each other so well. So yeah, I have to give it to
That's fair.
I have to give it to them, to Okarun and Momo for best boy and best girl. The duo we need.
It's a valid pick.
Yeah. So yeah, moving on for our next category. Almost there, Ben. We got 3 more categories left. We have best ending. Now this category was a little tougher. I definitely had to go back and rewatch a lot of endings, but I came away with this with a lot actually. There were 4 shows that I kind of was thinking about. Kaiju number 8 had a good outro. I really liked the outro. It was very different. I like how they used English Western music for their intro and outro, so that was definitely interesting. But I think the outro was definitely a lot better than the opening. So yeah, that was one that I really liked. Blue Box was also one that I really liked, and then these last 2 are the ones that it really came down to. So even looking at it now, I don't know which route I want to go because one's silly and one's like good, or just like, serious. So 2 very different routes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Ben. Even looking at it right now, this is the only category that I didn't really have set in stone. So I think it could go either way, but I think for the sake of, I think I'm gonna give it to Solo Leveling.
Fair.
I really liked the song, and then the atmosphere and the vibe just fit it really well. The art style was great. It was very retro, and it kind of fit the aesthetic of the show. Whenever an episode would end and this would start playing, I'd be like, ooh, like it would really sit with me. So I think that was really fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Solo Leveling. The other one that I was kind of really thinking about just because it was funny and it was really good, and always put me in a good mood, is the My Dear Friend Nokoten outro. It's so funny. If you don't remember what it is, for those watching, it would end and it's real life footage of them making the deer crackers. How they would make deer crackers. And then we would have the 2 main characters, Nokoten, and then I forget the other girl's name, just walking across the screen marching with deer. And it was just so funny. I don't like the singers are so funny. It was such a funny outro. So I just thought it was a good contender. But yeah, I'll give it to Solo Leveling because there's just, it's really creative. That's too. Funny. But yeah, Nokoten I wanted to show it some love.
It's funny that you talk about that one because that's the one that I picked. I just thought that show was so funny and,
it was.
And unique, and then whenever they showed them making it, I thought that was really cool. So whenever I was going back and watching all of them, that was the one that kind of caught my eye the most.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my pick
It
for
was
best
such a good
ending.
one. It was such a good one. So yeah, best ending. There you go. Shout out Nokatan.
Yes.
Glad it got some love here on the channel. Rightfully deserved. Rightfully deserved. But yeah, moving on to best opening. Then you're up. I'm glad I'm not in the hot seat first for this
Wow.
one because this was a great year for openings. There were literally so many it could have been for me. I even showed love for My Hero. I was like, My Hero could have
hmm
honestly been it. But I'm very curious to hear what your answer is. So let's hear it.
I don't know why I'm feeling bad for like not picking certain shows,
Right, right.
but
That's same here.
like I don't owe them anything. They're not gonna get hurt. They don't know who we are.
Yeah, not
Um,
not yet.
you know, I think I don't know if this is weird. Not weird, but like no, this is my opinion, so I don't care. Um, I think the one opening that I really enjoyed sitting through the most was the Blue Lock opening this season.
Dude, that's not a bad answer. It's really not.
I I love the band that they have for that show. They're really good. I think I've enjoyed all the Blue Lock openings,
Hmm.
but I really like this one because I mean they kind of spoiled all the important parts if you go back
Yeah.
and watch it.
The blue
But with the first
blue
time I
lock?
watched that, it was really hype. Yeah,
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, you do see a lot of
like
that.
they show
The devil wings. They show the. I remember that one.
they show IQ doing his thing. They show Bachiro's kind of solo run. They show Baru's goal. They show Nagi's goal. They show Shido's bicycle kick, and they kind of hint at Asagi's goal in the end.
Hmm.
And I like the way they do it because um it kind of plays into the whole luck thing because it's like a whole sequence and they have a ball pop out onto a roulette table and then it
Mm.
lands on someone
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
yeah, I liked it. The song was really good.
It was great. It's in the
Paired with
playlist.
all the other stuff. But yeah, I think that was my pick for this season.
Not a bad pick at all, Ben. Not a bad pick at all. For me, uh, I think this was a great year for openings. Like I said, I even gave love to My Hero. Blue Lock was incredible. I gave love to Blue Box as well. I was very close to giving it to. Bleach was
Mm-hmm.
great. Solo Leveling was another one too that I went back and rewatched, and I was like, "Oh my! I forgot how good this intro was." I watched the
That
opening,
was
and I
my
was like,
runner up.
"Oh yeah!" Like, I was like bopping to it. Um, but and then also Noko-ten, a great funny opening that was very popular for a while, very creative again. But I'm just gonna, yeah. Again, it's my opinion. I'm not really. It's not that deep. I'm gonna give it to Don to Don. I'm giving it to Don to Don.
It was not.
Um, I think Creepy Nuts
Yeah.
killed it with this opening. I think the visuals, Science Saru, knocked it out of the freaking park. I think just seeing even as soon as the opening starts, seeing the face montage of all the main characters, you really feel what the show's about and all the emotions and the themes of each character so well, and it's just so fun. It's so creative. It's so awesome. It does it scratches that Mob Psycho itch in the back of my head, which
It
is one of my
does.
favorite
It
animes.
does.
So I loved it. I think it was amazing. I love the final visual of the alien spaceship sucking them all up. I think it's great. The hint at of the relationship between Momo and Okarun, and then just seeing all the different monsters and the creepy creatures that we're going to experience. It's such a great opening. I love it. It's so colorful. It's everything I wanted in an opening, and plus it doesn't spoil anything, so it's good. My
It doesn't.
biggest my
No.
biggest complaints about an opening was from, I think it's a Naruto opening, and they literally spoil like the biggest
Oh,
plot
probably.
point. They spoil the biggest like plot point in the Great Ninja War, where the opening ends with Naruto shaking Obito's hand and like him joining them, and I was like,
Oh, does
dude,
it actually?
yes, and I
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
why are you showing me this when I'm seeing right now in an episode that they're fighting each other to the death? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it irks me so much when openings do it. I love how, like what Ben said, I think Blue Lock does it really well because I think that's even more impressive when an opening can show you that and you don't really know what it means until after you see it. I think an opening that also
Yeah.
does that too is Bleach. Bleach is really good at that. Bleach is really good at that, seeing all those hints about what's to come, and it really doesn't mean anything to you um, until you get to it, which is great, and it's something that I love. I think I really like one specific note from that in the last opening they did for Bleach when it was I forget what the song's called, but the theme of like how they're all kind of like in city streetwear attire.
Yeah.
You get that one moment where Rukia's kind of she's kind of uh she gets like some snow like blows by her real quick, and you get that like icy like thing, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's just a cool visual. But then you realize that, oh, it has to deal with her Bankai, and that was like so
Hmm.
cool. Like I think that's even more creative and a lot more impressive. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I think that's something that anime should do instead of just straight up showing you like Naruto shaking Obito's hand. And I was like, like, dude,
I
what?
think they've definitely learned throughout the years, just like the
Yes,
industry as a whole,
absolutely.
on how to do openings a little better.
Oh yeah, it's gotten better. It has gotten better. So yeah, Danadon, I think it's great. It was amazing. So yeah, anime of the year
Yes.
time though.
All
Anime of the
right.
year. Oh, I feel. Is it my turn? I think
I'm
it
just gonna.
is.
I'll just get out of the way and say it. I think. I think it was Dawn to Dawn just because of how much it kind of I feel like the whole community was behind it.
Mhm.
Whenever it was getting released and whenever it got
Yes.
leaked, especially with the opening
Yeah.
and just people hyping up everything. And it's every once in a while, like it's not often where a show does that.
Hmm.
Um,
I'll just say
I
that
think it
too.
was definitely a close run between that and Soul Leveling because I know Soul Leveling is really popular too.
Yes.
Um, but I think Dandadan's just kind of wiped the floor
Yes.
the last part of the season.
Yeah,
Year.
I concur. I think Dandadan is my anime of the year as well. I think it's my anime of 2024. I think I'm very interested to hear what we said last year's
Yep.
was. I wonder what we said. Did we say JJK? I wonder what we said. That's
I don't know.
we need to go back and check.
Probably. I think so. I think JJK swept a lot.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
I don't know. What did we say? We'll figure it
I
out.
think Dandadan was great. I think everything about this show is magnificent. I think the humor, the acting, or the casting, all the voice actors were incredible. The opening, the ending, the art style, everything about it just was so well done. Science Saru knocked it out of the park, and the fact that we're getting season 2 in less
Hmm.
than a year is ridiculous. And I really hope it
Yeah.
sticks with the same quality. Um, because yeah, it's gonna continue to being great, and I think yeah, it was the clear standout. Every episode was fun. It was never a dull moment. A lot of these other shows, like I said with Solo Leveling, it took me a couple episodes to get into. Bleach, although it was mostly action, there was like an episode or two where it was a little bit of dialogue heavy, which wasn't bad. But I think Dandadan just full through. I think what really helps it was the pacing. I think it is paced so
Yeah.
well. The pacing is so good in Dawn to Dawn. Like immediately as soon as the episode starts, you're thrown into it like right away. Um, and I think what Ben said is really important too. Is it was so cool getting to see the community's backing. Like I remember when Dawn to Dawn got leaked, I was like, "Fudge, dude!" I was like, "It's." Like I was like, come on, man! Like it's gonna get spoiled. Everyone's not
Hmm.
gonna really care about it when it started releasing weekly. But I mean, to be honest, whenever it got leaked, like after that week, I didn't hear anything about Dawn to Dawn at all. Like until the anime started
Yeah.
coming out again, and we got the opening, we got the full opening, and everything like that. And I remember how hype it was, and I was just yeah, I was so happy to see. So yeah, I think it was a great answer. It was awesome seeing the community get surrounded. My buddy who's from Japan actually just told me when because he was in Japan this summer for the holidays, or not summer, Christmas break for the holidays, and he was telling me in Japan on New Year's Eve, their equivalent in Japan they have a thing equivalent to like how Ben in New York they have the ball dropping and they have like a stage and all that.
Yeah.
Well, they have that in
I think I know
Japan.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they have that in Japan as well. And the big performer was Creepy Nuts, and they got to perform.
Oh, really?
They
That's awesome.
performed the Mashal opening, the
Oh my
that
god.
one, and then they
I
also
forgot
did
Mashal was the thing too.
yeah Mashal,
Yeah.
and then they also did Don. They sang the Don opening on the stage for New Year's Eve, and then they got interviewed on the news. It was pretty funny
That's
actually.
pretty cool.
He sent me a clip, and I was like, "This is wild." Um, So yeah, I think just seeing how big they are and like just how yeah, I don't know. I just Dawn Dawn, it was great. It was awesome getting to read the manga. I rarely read mangas before anime adaptations, so the fact that I did that
Hmm.
was a big deal, and it was worth it. It was so worth it. Yeah, even now I'm still reading it, and I think it's great. So I definitely think it's the anime of the year. I feel like next year it's definitely gonna have some more competition though. So it's gonna be tough to see if it
Oh,
can
you
hold
mean
up.
this year?
Or this year, yeah, I guess 2025. It's gonna be hard to see if it has some competition or it does have some competition. So I'm
Yeah.
excited, but yeah, Ben,
Yeah.
it was great. It was
Yeah.
good.
Well,
It's exciting.
I just want to give a quick shout out to, I guess, all the shows that
Yes.
came out, or at least that we were kind were mostly relevant this year.
Hmm.
So shout out Blue Lock, the Blue Lock movie, Kaiju number 8, Jobless Reincarnation, Freyrin, Soul Leveling, Look Back, Don, Bleach, Core 3, the Haikyuu movie. That was really good.
Yes, I forgot
I'm
about
I'm
that.
upset I didn't get to say anything about that, but I don't know where to go. Oshinoko season 2.
Yes.
Delicious in Dungeon was also a really good show.
Hmm.
I recommend you watch that. I'm tempted to say Dragon Ball Daima,
Yeah,
just because it
I
is.
heard it picks up. I heard it picks up. And the English dub.
Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3.
Yes, I heard the English dub too is
I
is airing soon. So I think the first episode for the dub just came out. So I think I might rewatch it once the whole dub's out. Honestly, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I really like the dub. But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Daima. Shout out Demon Slayer. Fairy Tail was continuing. Shout out Windbreaker. I know that had a really good release.
Yes, yes.
Mashal season 2 was going on. My Hero season 7.
Mm,
Oh yeah, sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
shout out.
I know
Shout
Joseph
out.
loved that show.
So good.
Uh, shout out my dear friend Nokotan, and also Oblivion Battery. That was another show I watched.
Oh damn.
Bartender Glass of God
Yes,
was
I
really
forgot you
good.
watched that. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out Skippin' Loafer,
Mm-hmm.
and those are all the shows I have. I might have missed a few,
Oh, that's so sad,
but
man. Oh, it's so sad looking back on the
I
year,
know.
everything. I remember everybody talking about these shows. I think a show that kind of got swept under the rug too because it was like December, January. Um, The Hundred Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You. That came out, started airing in December of 2023, so that's kind of like in a weird gray area. But I'll consider that 2024 as well.
Mhm.
So that was a great show. Some love to it too. I didn't know how to show it love, but yeah. So that one was excellent. And then shout out for me. I started watching Code Geass, so that was fun. That was good. That was a
Oh,
good
W,
time. So yeah,
W.
but dang, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the
Yeah.
2024 NBA season comes to a close.
Don't do.
Sorry.
I hate that guy.
So it was a good year, Ben. It was a good year.
It's a
Um,
good year. I think
we did a lot.
I
A
didn't.
lot of cool stuff.
I never finished Mashal, but I don't know if
Neither did
Mashal
I.
season 2 did well.
I think
I
it
feel like the only show that
did.
I kind of didn't really watch was Daima.
Yeah, and Tower God. Or that you didn't finish, you mean?
I
Like at all?
I never even
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even yeah. Well, I started Daima, but I didn't even start Tower God.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I want to see. Next year, I want to add in a category of what was our favorite Otaku Brothers video. I know it's hard because it's
Oh
obviously
yeah.
just podcasts, but I mean, we did a lot too. We had the Japan vlog. Then Japan happened this year, which is crazy. It feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm trying to think of, like, what were some of my favorite stuff. Um, Let me see. I mean, and then shout out to not shout out, but fortunately we had the passing of Akira Toriyama that happened. I'm trying to look through all our awards and just what like other stuff that we did. Um,
We had
I finished Evangelion. That was a big
blanking.
moment. We interviewed we had two guests on the show. We had Lydia Mackey and then Weezums.
Oh
So
my gosh.
that was interesting. The Japan vlog. We went to Anime Frontier. That was cool. Um, so yeah, we did a lot, man.
Twas cool.
Did a lot. Um, it was a,
W year.
it was a W
W
year.
year.
Facts. We talked about the Deadpool Wolverine movie one time. That was cool. Um, that's awesome. Yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot. Um, Dang, we had the Rick Sinat versus Shane Dunn.
What?
The so yeah, we did a lot.
Rick Sinat?
Yeah, you don't remember
Who's Rick
the
Sinat?
the video
No.
Curtis and I dubbed over of the Walking Dead.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
Is that public on the channel?
Yes. Ben,
Oh
there's a
my
guy.
gosh.
Ben, there's a guy who's comments like every 3 or 4 months saying that he wants to make another one. We haven't.
Oh my god. On the video?
Yes, he comments all the time.
That's so funny.
Let's see if I can give him a shout out right now. Shout out, Arkyle. Yeah, he has like 4 or 5 comments on there.
That's awesome, actually.
Hey, Jen's back again. He hasn't done it in 7 months, but he was on a streak. Oh, it was
Oh.
4 months ago. Yeah, no, never mind. 4 months ago. So once again, I returned to this masterpiece. So yeah, I was a big fan of it. So that makes me happy.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was a good. Yeah, shoot, man. Wow, what a crazy year, Ben. I'm very excited to see. Oh, we watched Slam Dunk, the first Slam Dunk. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Um, Trying to see any other Pog moments. I mean, you also guess you could have added the Dawn first encounter to the
Yeah.
to the movies. Yeah, it was a good year. Jujutsu Kaisen ended. Demon Slayer also ended this year, right? So there's a lot, man. What
Speaking
happened
of Demon Slayer, the movie comes out September 12th
in Japan?
of this year. No, like worldwide
Oh,
in theaters.
that's huge. Well, that's a big deal.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
That is wild. Oh, I'm excited for that. Okay, next year I think we'll have enough for a movie category. Hopefully.
I think so.
I'm sure there's gonna be other
Movie?
movies we can watch. Well, Chainsaw Man's getting a movie. Demon Slayer will have its movie. That's gonna be tough, man. I really hope those. Imagine if those come out at the same time. That'd be. I feel like it's just gonna be those two battling for the best movie of the year. TBH.
I feel like they're a good amount for this year or 2024.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there'll be some.
Because My Hero had a movie too. That would have been 5 movies at least.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, that's right.
But looking forward to this year, or
Yes.
looking ahead, right now or 2 of the shows that we saw at Anime Frontier are airing now, Joseph.
Yes.
2 shows that we did see.
Honey Lemon Soda.
So Honey Lemon Soda and Anyways I'm Flying in Love are airing.
Is it already out?
It should be, yeah. I think one came out
Oh.
today, actually.
Shoot. That's huge. I definitely need to watch that if it's happening.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
But
yeah.
right now, Dr. Stone, Soul Leveling Season 2, and Sakamoto Days are airing.
Yes. I need to
Along
watch
with
that.
Honey Lemon Soda, Anyways I'm Falling in Love. So I think that's gonna be my current
Slate?
winter
Oh, you're
lineup.
wait. You're gonna watch the honey lemon
Guess so,
soda?
dude. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
think.
I didn't think you were a fan
I'm
of it.
probably gonna rewatch the first episode.
Yes, I will as well. Okay, well if you watch it, then I'll watch it too.
I
Okay.
don't know. I think I rewatched both of them,
Yeah, no,
but
But anyways, I'm falling in love with you that was a lot for just one episode. What's crazy is that we only got one episode of that, and we got 2 episodes of Honey Lemon Soda.
oh yeah.
But
You're right.
what's even crazier too is that we didn't get the openings either. So I'm excited to see the openings as well.
You're right. Yeah.
So a lot to look forward to this season, but it's gonna be good to lock in and see everything. I'm quite excited, Ben. I'm excited. Hopefully we get to watch some older shows too. I want to watch.
As am I.
I think, Ben, I want to finish Code Geass, and then I want to watch ReZero. I think.
You just can't rewatch at this point.
Code Geass?
You rewatch the first part.
No way. No, I remember everything.
I feel like it's
No.
okay.
I do. I remember
Okay,
for the
sure.
most part. I think maybe I'll watch a recap of season 1. But yeah, I think
But I mentioned something earlier about Bleach in like late 2026,
uh-huh.
I think. So Periot came out with like this kind of game plan, or what's the word for it? You know, kind of like Marvel does those. Oh, here's Phase 4, or a timeline. Timeline. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah.
So they're actually going to be. They're gonna whenever they finish off Bleach in, I think it's like I think it might be summer of 26,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes till the end of the year. But after that, they're actually making a movie for Black Clover finally over
Hey.
the next arc, which everyone has been waiting a while for. And I think they're doing Boruto after that, which is really exciting
What? That's awesome.
because this is after they kind of reformed their studio into focus on these works. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited for that, even though it's a very long time away.
Yeah. That's huge. That's good. I miss Boruto. Hopefully it comes back strong. And Ben, you were right. Anyway, I'm falling in love with you is out. Um,
W.
so that'll be fun. And so is Honey Lemon Soda. So
W.
exciting time. Exciting time. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a good place to wrap up our Otaku Brothers Award Show. It's been an excellent year for anime. Thank you all for joining us. It's been great. We did a lot this year. I think obviously the biggest being Japan. A moment that I personally will never forget for the rest of my life. And definitely the coolest thing in my life resume I could say I've done. So, yeah, that was probably a highlight. And thank you all for, I mean, not that y'all did it, but like, you know, thanks for, like, it's a pleasure to have this platform to, like, you know, share it and to amplify that passion.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to put it. So yeah,
It is. It's a great way.
it's been awesome. I'm excited for next year. Definitely excited to see I mean, there's so many cool things that if you told me we got to do this year, I wouldn't have believed. So it's going to be exciting to see what other stuff comes up, the possibilities for this next year. So who knows? Who knows? Hopefully, it would be cool to have another cool guest besides Weezums. So that'd be cool. That's one bucket list thing for this year. So yeah, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I got, Ben.
2025.
Man.
350 subs, that's our goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be able to do it.
I think
we
so.
got this.
I think so. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
We are locked in with this.
we are. We're gonna be back.
We're not missing a week.
We're not gonna miss an episode this year.
Quotas.
Quotas there.
Future us.
But yeah. All right, ladies
By
and
the
gentlemen.
next anime awards, we're gonna have to quote that and see how
Yeah.
that comes out.
Oh, absolutely. It's getting Clip it, chat. Clip it. So yeah, we'll see you guys next episode.
Clip it.
Thank you all for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. We will see you all in the next video next week. See you guys. Arrivederci.
Bye bye.
Boom!